No Smoking Day 2013, developing the theme with Cecilia Farren. So it's No Smoking Day coming up again, and it's my challenge to try and give you some ideas to kickstart your thinking about what to do. But we've got a nice treat for you this year. I'll go straight into the theme. But this year we have one theme, swap fags for swag, but we've got 4 different images for you, taking you through all the different ways you can save money and what you can spend it on if you stop smoking for 1 day, 1 week with the cinema tickets, 3 months with a swanky new TV, that's what you could buy with 3 months of swag, and after 1 year, give up fags for a year and you can take the holiday of a lifetime. So there you've got this kind of incremental, right the way from 1 day all the way to 1 year of quitting smoking. Now the research findings found that the money theme really had the strongest impact, especially now during the recession. They liked the slogan, swap fags for swag. They thought it was very eye-catching. And it was good. They liked this idea of having this incremental from short-term to long-term gains. The use of the red colour was very popular. It always goes down very well, that red theme. And the word swap seemed to be at the core of the appeal, the idea that you were replacing smoking with something that was so much better, that eased your money worries and was a luxury. The actual wording of swapping fags for swag, it worked better with younger people because the word swag has this meaning of stuff, the kind of thing you spend your hard-earned cash on, whereas for older people swag has this connotation of the swag bag across the burglar's shoulder as he's running away with all the good things. But really it has the same meaning, it's just one's slightly more negative and one's more positive with the kind of the stuff you buy with the money saved. So let's look at what things you could do with this poster. I mean, there is the cash for ash idea. That's absolutely at the essence of it. It's the essence of it. And the idea that you have this incremental savings. The longer you stop smoking, the more money you'll save. And that real treats can truly be swapped for the money saved from not smoking. You know, you actually create real images of what you can buy with that money. And those actual posters do introduce you to themes of appearance, entertainment, holidays, swap ideas as well. The word swap, very popular. So you can do things with the word swap and the word swag. Then the red colour is definitely a theme you could use. And the date, 13th of the 3rd, 13. That's the date of No Smoking Day in 2013. So lucky for some. Now if we start with stop smoking ideas first, the idea that, you know, if you have got to run stop smoking services, then use No Smoking Day to your advantage, to piggyback on it, to come up with something that suits the stop smoking services aims, but also using the No Smoking Day theme. So you could have swap fags for swag challenge, which is a kind of quit and win, stop smoking with incentives, vouchers, or Smoker's own suggestion was a tank of petrol or iPad or bill payments. Swap fags for swag bags, so you give away some kind of a quit kit with information and goodies, but you call it a swag bag. Prizes with poster items, so you could have makeup, cinema tickets, a TV, holidays, these could be prizes. Stop smoking and save your cash. So you could have advisors coming into one of your stop smoking groups and giving money advice, speakers on how to save your money and how to use it wisely, give out handouts to do with that, or stagger the fags and swagger with the swag, that kind of cut down to quit idea, that you cut down gradually and save the money. Other ideas, stop smoking ideas, a swag as an acronym, so you could have a smoke-free women age gracefully, or a stopping, we assist greatly. Swap the fags and play tag, a kind of quit and get fit with some exercise involved. a swap and stop shop, so a clothes shop with stopping smoking, a drop-in and stop swap shop. Try that when you're in a hurry, because that's rather tongue twistery, and lucky for some. Good luck to quit on the 13th of the 3rd. Now if we move on to stalls and displays, this is the absolute staple of any no smoking day. It really attracts people if you can make the poster into a 3D version. Excuse me. So you can make the poster by having into a 3D version by having a tube. You create a filter around the tube with orange paper or marbled paper. You create the swag of your choice, so it could be a lipstick or the cinema tickets, a remote control or airport sign. You can do that on paper or card or print something off, and you put that on the lower half of the cigarette. You print the wording, the white lettering on with a red background, and then you make the red arrows, cut those out of card, and you assemble it all, and it looks great. Very easy to make, even though it may have sounded a bit complicated. Another idea would be using that same tube as the cigarette tube and the same sign, but this time on either side of the cigarette you've got a bag of all the fags and the butts, and you crumple up the cigarette packets, you make it look very unattractive, and on the other side you've got the swag. And here we've used those tissues. You can buy packs of tissues that you can make, that there is £50 notes. They look like you've got this huge swag of money that you can put in a swag bag. Another variation is you could use jars or acrylic boxes where you fill the fags and butts on one side, contrasted with a box or a bottle of swag, luxury goods, things that people aspire to getting. Make a display of money saved, 1 day, 1 week, 3 months and 1 year, and a picture of butts for each, the equivalent amount of butts stuck in one jar and this amount of money on the other side, or what you can pay for it. Another variation is an inflatable cigarette with the luxury items around the bottom, so it's swap one for the other. Or creating swag bags filled with all the goodies and luxury items that people would want to swap their fags for. Now on every stall you've always got to use your CO monitor. It's the thing that really pulls smokers in, and you can make a CO monitor reading chart called a swagometer. We've made this a two-sided one, so from green up to red, the higher it goes, the more you're actually, the more fags, then the less swag. But on the right hand side we've done a red going down to green, and as you progress down to the green, then no fags, more swag. So you can make up the words to interpret each of those boxes for going up with the readings and coming down with the readings in terms of swag. Now if you're going to do another idea for having on a stall, you could have either some post-it notes or pictures cut out of magazines, and you invite people to say, well, what swag would you swap for your fags? And you could have that under the different headings of one day, 1 week, 3 months and 1 year, and you have people sticking whatever it is they would swap, or what swag did you swap for your swag, for your fags. Now, swag for fags, ready reckoner. Any kind of way where you personalise how much money people will save, what kind of swag they'll get for swapping their fags. So this is one that I got off the Smoke Free website from the Department of Health website. You could create your own, you could do a program. There's all sorts of ones on the internet. So you actually personalise it. You ask how much do people pay for their cigarettes, how many they smoke a day, and then you do a calculation of just exactly how much swag that person would save in 1 day, 1 week, 3 months and 1 year of quitting. Now the press and publicity for No Smoking Day. Best one you can do is always get testimonials from either people who are quitting to save the swag or who have quit. So you actually ask people, what swag did you swap for your fags? or we swap fags for this swag. So you focus in on what people actually bought with the money they saved, or what they will buy with the money saved. Testimonials are always really inspiring, as people can identify with other would-be ex-smokers. Another kind of article you could write for the newspaper is where you would use swag bags and put all the benefits. I mean, there are other types of swag, like health swag, you know, smell fresher, healthier skin, better blood pressure, as well as more cash and feeling fitter. You could do swap fags for swag tips using the words swap and swag. Stopping will alleviate poverty on the swap side, and stop smoking service, willpower, avoid smoky situations, and go for it in terms of the swag tips. Now there's all sorts of swap shops where people bring in some items. It can be clothes or it can be other goods, and you get some kind of tokens which you can then exchange to buy other people's swap stuff. Now, so it could be a stop smoking swap shop, or a stop shop swap shop instead of top shop swap shop. Any kind of way you can bring it in and have some kind of linking stopping smoking with running a swap shop. You could do it in conjunction with some of the charity shops as well. But different people, you'll have to look up on the internet exactly how to run a swap shop, but there are sort of certain rules on how to run it, and they are very popular. But you can swap anything, it doesn't have to be clothes, but I don't particularly advocate the husband swap at the bottom, but it did make me laugh. Now another thing that rhymes with swap fags for swag is kind of mags. So you could have some kind of a swap of magazines. If you quit smoking, you can have either you can have a buy different magazines, swap it for magazines. You could do a deal with newsagents where you could actually, because often newsagents are our worst enemies sometimes, because they don't want to stop selling their cigarettes. But if you could actually inspire them to try and get involved by selling a special offer magazines for people who have stopped smoking, then actually they're still selling their magazines at the same time as we're helping smokers to quit. Here's another publicity idea of the police giving chase to a big bad fag with the swag bag. So he's running off with all the swag stolen from the smokers, and we're determined to get that swag back so that they have the swag to swap for their fags. Now when I saw the word swag, I just thought, well, it's the reverse of wags, isn't it? So maybe if you're lucky you could get a wag along to open your swap your fags for swag event. But I think it would actually be just as easy to create your own wags. You could have a swap fags for swag with the wags event, and you could get your blonde wigs and your giant sunglasses and loads of blingy jewelry, and get your bags, all the shopping bags with brand names on, and just bling it up really to have your wags opening your event or being involved in some way. There's other challenges. What would you put in a swag bag? What would you swap for £2,000 of fag swag? Best tips for using swag? The one I came up with, I'm afraid, is smoking will affect genitals, but this is based on a California poster that I picked up when I was in California. You could have swag poetry competitions. Now there is an actual genre of poetry called swag poetry. Now I just couldn't compete, so these are just two examples of real swag poetry, but if you wanted it to link with stopping smoking, I think you'd actually have to, let people do the research. I'm afraid I didn't stretch to it, although I found two bits of swag poetry that kind of had a theme of smoking and giving up. But I'm afraid I resorted to the slightly more old-fashioned limerick, with a smoker while stubbing his fag felt his life had become such a drag. So he quit on that day, and smoke-free he'll stay. Now he swapped the fags for swag. Now this is the end of this talk, but we will be doing regular blogs with new ideas. Now it may not be each week at the beginning, it'll be every few weeks or so. So you need to check the No Smoking Day website, and we'll be coming out with more ideas as the weeks go on. So please be in touch if you've got great ideas, and I can add them to the blogs. And I do hope you have a great day, and don't forget to swap your No Fags Day event with other organisers via the No Smoking Day website. And you never know, you too might win some swag. And just as a last plug, I hope you've got your GASP catalogue. If you don't, you can contact us for one of them. There's our phone number. Or you can just look on the website. So if I can, I'll wish you good luck and swap your fags for swag.